Well, well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live on this Saturday evening. Want to welcome you to the March 15th, 2025, all 50s and early 60s edition of the Vinyltreasure Show. Glad you can join me on this. Well, I don't know. It doesn't say. It was kind of cloudy today. It's in the 40s, so I'll take it. It's supposed to be nice, I think, for the next maybe the next 10 days or so. So maybe we'll get out of this winter thing. But we're going to be here for the next. We're going to be here till midnight tonight. Maybe not, about 12:30 or so. I have 45s pulled out for tonight's show. So glad you are all here. Again, if you are new to the program, we're broadcasting live on Oldies and More Radio, Oldies and More wait a minute. Let me make sure I get it right here. oldiesandmoreradio.com is the streaming service there. So you can go to that website, you can click the player there, you can hear Johnny G, or you can watch me on YouTube, Johnny G's Vinyltreasure Show on YouTube. And if you are new and you are signed into YouTube, you can consider subscribing, and also to give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you hear tonight, and click that bell to get notifications, all notifications when Johnny G goes live. So anyway, we opened up the show tonight with a instrumental request for listener Charles Liebman. This band leader, one of the most prolific session guitarists in rock and roll history, who between his own releases played on many classic hits by some of the biggest artists. He was born in Louisiana back in 1912. That's an oldie there. Began recording in 1933 as a member of the New Orleans Rhythm Boys, but he in 1949 he started his own band. I think he signed with Jubilee Records, had his first release on Jubilee Records, but recorded for a number of different labels. And this request that Charles made was his first of three on Art Roop's specialty label, and a tune written by Willie Joe Duncan, who is featured on the Unitar. Darren mentioned it in the chat room there. He actually gets credit on the label here. And a Unitar is like a homemade one-string electric guitar. This song came out in December of 1957 on Specialty. It was called Twitchy. It's by Renee Hall's Orchestra. There you go. And this did chart. This was a number 12 record on WPHO in Phoenix, Arizona. So that is our opener for tonight. A couple of things to tell you about. First of all, this is the final show of the week. There were 2 shows this week, and next week I'll be doing 3 shows. Now, I want to let you know that Thursday afternoon show at 3 o'clock, I might be late to that show. Hopefully not, but I have a 1:45 afternoon appointment with the cardiologist for a ultrasound. Not for anything serious, because I went to see. Remember, I was complaining about that. I told my Wednesday night audiences, but I went to see him, and he scheduled that, and he actually wants to schedule a stress test, but that's last. I think he wants to do, and somebody mentioned it. One of the listeners to the show mentioned it. Something to check for calcium or some kind of calcium deposits on the heart to see if they're, and only because my history is not good when it comes to heart conditions and all that. So it'll rule out a lot of things. It'll say Johnny G is healthy as can be, and I just have to drop a little bit more weight. The treadmill is going to be a difficult thing because my knees are the things that hurt. But he goes, no, you just got to walk. We'll see how that goes. But I'm just warning you, I'm not you, but most of you, or those of you that tune in on the Thursday afternoon show, that I may be late. I doubt it, because it's 1:45. I think it takes about 40 minutes or so. So I should be back, and it's not that far. It's in town, but I got to get back and get up here and whatnot. But anyway, so enough of my babbling here. Lots of requests tonight. I got 2 records that I've added to the show. This was one of them. truly a collector's item. We're going to have actually the first two records we can call, I think the Time Capsule Show would call them Collector's Corner. Well, this can be considered a Collector's Corner 45. This is a rare one on George Goldner's Juanita record label, which was also out of New York City, but the group is out of Washington, D.C. Now, this group first recorded for Lillian Claiborne, and she owned a local recording studio in Washington, D.C., and she also owned the DC label. But her gimmick was to record these groups and to market these songs out to labels, and they would distribute the records, and she would, they would make money and she would make money. That's what she used to do. Now, this group, this group that she recorded with her first as the Serenaders. And but none of their releases were released. They weren't released until the 1970s. I think it was Les Moss that ended up buying all those releases and put them out on his, I think, Roadhouse Records, I think he had. So he put out a whole bunch of unreleased stuff that she had. But with regard to this Serenaders group, their lead singer was Henry Lamont Mont. And when the group broke up in March of 1953, he joined a group called the Carusos, and recording for Claiborne. But they recorded two songs. One was called Haunting Memories, and the flip side, Confessions of Love. But the record was not sent out. It didn't go anywhere. So this group, or I should say the lead singer, Henry Mont, would travel to New York City and re-record those two songs. And somehow he hooked up with George Goldner, and he put it out on his Juanita record label. And maybe there was some issues or something, but it's a rare record to find. I was lucky to find this when I went and purchased all those rare 45s out of Greg Surick's collection. But anyway, I'm glad to own this one. It's hard to get on an original. This is my request as we open up the vocal portion from October 58 on Juanita Records, the Harlequins. The Harlequins on Juanita with their tune called Haunting Memories.
Doom 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 doom. Haunting memories that you have made. Haunting memories. Doom 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 doom. Haunting memories that you have made. Haunting memories. Well, at night as I sleep, I pray to the Lord up above. I pray to my dear Lord, well, send me the one I love. Haunting memories that you have made. Haunting memories. I love haunting memories that you have made. Haunting
Johnny G's so busy saying hello to everybody in everybody in the chat room there. I forgot to put the next record up, but anyway, we'll talk about the next record because it's probably one of the top records in my collection. I probably have 4 big records in my collection. I don't this would have to be the rarest record, I think, up next. This record, I posted it on my Facebook wall. It's on the Betta label, Betta, Betta Records. This is, I guess we'll call this the collector's corner, really, with this record here. Well, actually, we just heard the Harlequins there. That's a rare 45, the Harlequins from October 58 on Juanita Records, Haunting Memories. I remember when Greg got that record, he called me from the Allentown, PA show, because a lot of the, well, we'll call them the diggers, okay? They go down there early in the week, and they stay there all week, and the dealers come into the hotels, and you go looking in the rooms. You go from one room to the other, and they would come in from all over the U.S. I went down. I did that once. It's what I did that once, and I think I ended up staying with Dave Antrell's brother, Kevin. I looked through all his records at the time, and he was too expensive. I did buy a lot of stuff, though. But anyway, so Greg calls me. He says, "John, you're not going to believe what I got." And it was either me, and I forget, I don't know if it was Jerry Diaz or Dick Blackburn or whoever, one of the other guys was there, and they said, and Greg was really a hustler. So he ended up getting the record, and he told me about it. He goes, "It's a nice copy and whatnot." So, and he told me, because, you know, that was on my want list. I had the early bird release, because you can't find that record anywhere. It's really hard. But anyway, so it brings us to this next record. And this is actually a request, and certain people do have the bat number to Johnny G, that they call me from time to time, and we talk about records or talk about what they may have picked up or talk about things that they have for sale. And this is a special request for Nick the Knack. He was the lead singer of Nick and the Knacks that recorded for the Barry label, and we spoke a lot. We spoke about collecting and his collection. He's back into collecting today, and he requested 2 records for tonight, and he requested this one. I don't know if you have a copy, Nick the Knack, but it's Nick Sedano, and this is his request. As we count down the music chronologically here on Saturday night, so we're going to open it up with this record from 1953. For Nick the Knack Sedano. At one time, this record was not known to exist on a 45, but it does. I don't know how many copies there are. Maybe 3 copies, possibly. I don't know. But this came out on Teddy Riggs' Betta label out of New York City. Now, the group included Rupert Branker, Arthur Cryer, Gary Morrison, John Murray, and the lead singer on this, his name is Gene Red. Collectively, they were known as the 5 Chimes. So this is from 1953. It's on the Betta record label. And these are the 5 Chimes, and the song is called Rosemarie. So you're going to see me put this on the turntable here. So let me move this here, as we are unprofessional. Let's see. Here we go. The 5 Chimes for Nick the Knack on the Betta record label. The song is called Rosemarie.
If you were mine or mine to be, I'd love you, dear, for eternity. There's a love in my heart for you, my Rosemarie. Why should I need your love so badly, or need your kiss so badly? There's a a dream in my heart for you, my Rosemary. The stars, oh how they shine, they tell me you'll always be mine. The moon says I adore you. Darling, I've waited my whole life through, but if you should find what I can now see, your recent love can never be. Come to me, my Rosemary. Come to me, my darling Rosemary.
Yeah, that's good to the last drop there. Those are the 5 Chimes, 1953 release. It's on the Betta record label. Song entitled Rosemary. That one there by request. For Nick the Knack Sedano, that one there, a very rare 45. They have their second release, came out in October of 53 for Royal Roost as the Chimes, which I think Rosemary's on one side. I forget what's on the other side. I don't think, unless it's the boot of this, but it's on Royal Roost, so I don't know what the deal is with that. I think Ratio booted this too, if I'm not mistaken. But this one plays, I have to say, it plays pretty nice for the price that I paid for the 45. I will tell you that much. But truly, and then again, he went on to be the lead of the Phi-Tones there, if you recognize that voice, plus some other groups, I think. But anyway, there you go, 1953. Let's move into 1954 now, as we go to Chicago, Illinois now, with a request for listener George Chestnut. This is on Vivian Carter's VJ record label. Now, what she wanted to do was to capitalize on the success of those Midnighter Annie songs. And she said, well, we got to do something here. So she decided to get a gal to record an answer to the Annie records. And she chose the newly signed Eldorados to back her up on this disc. The gal's name was Hazel McCullum. And she was the wife of blues singer Robert Nighthawk. Plus, this was the second release, I guess we can call it the second release for the Eldorados on the VJ record label. But the top billing on this goes to the band leader. That's the Al Smith Combo, though. But let's go to November of 1954 by request for listener George Chestnut. This is Hazel McCullum being backed up by the Eldorados. It's called Annie's Answer. Whoops, wrong one, Johnny.
My name is Annie, and I ought to know the things you've been hearing about me ain't so. I ain't had no baby. No, no. Don't want no baby. No, no. Don't need no baby. And I don't know why they told that lie. I got a little old chance I do real slow. I work on down till I hit the floor. And every time I do it, I have my fun.
There you go. That one there going out. Whoops, Johnny G ain't ready yet. What am I doing? There you go. That one there by request for George Chestnut there. That's it gives credit to the Al Smith combo, November 1954, but that's Hazel McCullum. And the Eldorados, you heard Perkle Lee Moses there definitely in the background there. An answer to one of the Annie tunes. Annie's Answer is the name of the tune on the VJ record label. That's on red vinyl too. And Spence sold me that 45 many, many moons ago. Charlene sent me a message here that, I don't know, sometimes I don't see everything in the chat, so you have to excuse me. I'm multitasking here. And someone by the name of Lucy Queen wants me to say hi to her wonderful favorite brother-in-law, Big Serge. So we'll say hello to Big Serge. Hope he's enjoying the Vinyl Treasure Show, and I hope that Lucy Queen is also enjoying the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue here, and we go to Harlem, New York now with this request for listener Frank Gingaro and his wife Jerry Gingaro. Thank you both for tuning into the program. This great group that recorded for High Weiss's Old Town record label. This was their second release on Old Town Records. It features Herman Curtis, a.k.a. Herman Dunham, on lead from June of 1954. Let's give a listen to the Solitaires. The Solitaires on the Old Town record label, going out to Frank and Jerry Gingaro. It's called Please Remember My Heart.
My heart, oh, well, darling, you're an angel, you're everything to me. Sorry, my darling, I couldn't see. Please give me one more chance. Let me come back and stay. I'd swim the deepest ocean to be by your side. Well, I'm sorry, Lord, I couldn't try. Please give me one more chance. Please remember my heart. Remember my heart. No, many a times I was doubtful. Knew of this new love affair. Let my love be near you again, my darling. Well, I love you so. Well, I do. Well, I do. Believe in you. Won't you come back and give me one more chance? Please remember my heart. No, please remember my heart.
As good to the last drop there. That's the sound of the Solitaires. That's Herman Curtis, a.k.a. Herman Dunham, on lead there from June 1954 on the Old Town record label. Please Remember My Heart. That one there by request for Frank and Jerry Gingaro, together since, Frank, 1960. And they've never parted. And that is a good thing. So I want to welcome here to the Vinyltreasure show. And this song was in 1958. The group would re-record this song with Milton Love on lead. But I think that is such a great record, their second release on the Old Town record label. Let's continue here. We stay in Harlem, New York, but let's move up a year to 1955 with a request for listener Mike Sape. And he wants to send this one out to all the UK listeners. That's a East End Mark, who is in our chat room. And Mark's been listening since way back in 2005 when Johnny G first did the Vinyltreasure show. And also to a UK listener, Indrajit Advani, Tony C. I haven't seen Tony in a while. He comes in from time to time. And also the UK dancers, I don't know, they're dancing away there. But this group recorded 2 for Sid Nathan's King record label. Now, the group included Billy Carlisle, Frank Edwards, Melvin Flood, Tommy Great, and Jackie LaRue. Collectively, they were known as the Five Wings. Now, on this side here, it features Billy Carlisle on lead from March of 1955 by request from Mike Sape, going out to all the UK listeners. The Five Wings on King. It's called Rock Alaka, the Five Wings.
Rockin', really rockin', really rockin'. I got a love that's rollin', really rollin', really rollin'. I got a love that's rockin', really rockin', really rockin'. I got a love that's rollin', really rollin', really rollin'. I got a love that's rockin', rockin' all night long, all night long. Yes. So rock-a-lock, rock-a-lock.
Yes, baby.
Rock-a-lock, rock-a-lock.
This love is really rockin' and rollin' tonight. Yes, rollin' all night long.
Rock-a-lock, 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 baby, rock-a-lock, all night long, all night long. She said, baby, take it easy, please and please. Another little squeeze. I got love that's rockin', really rockin', really rockin'. I got a love that's rollin', really rollin', really rollin'. I got a love that's rockin', rockin' all night long, all night long. She go rock-a-lock, rock-a-lock.
Yes, baby.
Rock, 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 rock.
Just open up your arms and let me in. Yes, rollin' all night long.
Rock, 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 babe, rock-a-lock, all night long, all night long. You ain't nowhere. You took my love, so now beware. I got a love that's rockin', really rockin', really rockin'. I got a love that's rollin', really rollin', really rollin'. I got a love that's rockin', rockin' all night long, all night long. She go rock-a-lock, rock-a-lock.
Yes, baby.
Rock-a-lock, rock-a-lock.
This love is really rockin' and rollin' tonight. Yes, rockin' all night long.
There you go. Those are the Five Wings. The Five Wings from March 1955 on Sid Nathan's King record label. That's Rock Alaka. And that one there by request for listener Mike Sape, sending it out to all the UK folks. Rock Alaka, that featured Billy Carlisle on lead. Now, Liam mentioned in the chat room, group member Jackie LaRue, or Jackie Rue, I think later on. He became the lead singer of Jackie and the Starlights, recorded for the Fury and Mascot record labels, did all that crying on Valerie, which is a well-known song by the Starlights. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you are new to the program, Please consider subscribing. We do this 2.5 times a week is the average. I'll be back on Saturday evening. Been working on Bust the Bass. I got to look for a couple of your soul records for the soul show on Wednesday evenings. I do a soul show on Wednesday evenings. Many of you that are tuned into tonight's program also tune into the Wednesday night show. And then this Thursday will be the 78 show. Got some, I haven't, I'm going to try to prepare it tomorrow. So it's going to have some 1940s. A lot of people, I got a whole bunch of requests from people. It's hard for me to fill requests on the 78 show. Not that I have a lot of records from the 1940s, but I have some. And I do play some from the 1950s, but we run the gamut with some blues and R&B. We do the same thing here on a Saturday night, but it's mainly your requests. And then we'll be back here next Saturday for more of the 50s and early 60s edition. Let us continue here, and let's head out to Los Angeles, California, this time with a request for listener Joe Shacatano, who is a little bit under the weather, but he is viewed into the program. Got to say hello to Joe, tuned into the program here. Now, there were a few groups, maybe more than a few groups, in the 1950s that would have 2 records out at the same time. But it's kind of, I guess the label owners figured it was defeating to have, we don't want to have 2 records out at the same time with the same group, because only one of them is really going to come to the top, or maybe none of them come to the top. But anyway, one of the groups that came to mind easily was the Moonglows. Okay, the Moonglows in late 1954 had Sincerely out on the charts, and then they had another one out as the Moonlighters called Shoo Dooby Doo My Lovin' Baby. That was on the Checker label, and is very similar to what this group did. And it's a request by listener Joe Shacatano. In April of 1955, the Cadets had they did a cover, I think it was the Nappy Brown tune Don't Be Angry, and a week or two later they had another record there that came out. They covered the Feathers' Why Don't You Write Me, and that one came out as the Jacks. So there you go. Those are 2 examples. There are others, but I'm trying to think, at least maybe not in the 1950s, if there was a group that had 2 records out at the same time. I mean, the Beatles, of course, in the 60s, they had like the top 5 records were all the Beatles. They didn't change their name, but I'm trying to think if there was, besides the flip sides, I'm talking about a completely different record. I don't know, but maybe some of you know. If you do, you can email Johnny G at vinyltreasures@aol.com. But let's fill this request for listener Joe Shacatano. These are the Jacks. This is their follow-up to Why Don't You Write Me. Came out on the Bahari Brothers RPM record label from June 55. The Jacks, the great Willie Davis on lead for Joe Shacatano. The song is called I'm Confessin' for Joe.
I realize, baby, I've done you wrong. Please forgive me. Let me come back home. I'm confessing I've done you wrong. Let me come back home. When I left home, thought everything was swell. Some of the things that happened, I will never tell. I'm confessing I've done you wrong. Let me come back home. No place to sleep but in the street, no changing clothes, no shoes on my feet. I'm confessing I've done you wrong. Baby, please let me come back home. The word you spoken when I walked out the door, you said someday I'd reach come back home. Wow, wow. No place to sleep, but in the street. No changing clothes, no shoes on my feet. I'm confessing I've done you wrong. Baby, please let me come back home. If you let me come home, wow, won't ever leave no more. Wow, I'll take you with me, wow, wherever I go. Wow, I'm confessing I've done you wrong. Let me come back home. Wow, wow.
There you go. That one there by request for listener Joe Shacatano. June 55 release there for the Jacks. Willie Davis and the Jacks on the RPM record label. I'm Confessin' is the name of the tune. Gotta wonder, I know Alan Freed played Why Don't You Write Me by the Jacks, but did he play the follow-up? That would be interesting if he played the follow-up. Somebody I know was listening, so you can type it in the chat room if anybody knows. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure show, and we are in the year 1955, let's fill a request for listener Tommy Albergo, who is tuned into the program as we head to Brooklyn, New York for this group. They had 8 releases on Phil Rose and Lou Sprung's Glory record label. Now, the group's biggest hit was their second release on the Glory label, a song called Soldier Boy. I think Alan Freed played that record, but Tommy requested the B-side of the 45. It features the great Jimmy McGowan on lead. Let's go to April of 1955 for the sound of the Four Fellows. The Four Fellows on the Glory label. This is the flip side of Soldier Boy. It's called Take Me Back, Baby. This is for Tommy Albergo.
Got a hole in my pocket. Oh, I got a nail in my shoe. I'm feeling beat, low down and lonesome since you told me we were through. Oh, take me back, baby. Take me back, baby. Take me back, baby. Try me one more time. Put my clothes in the pawn shop, built my Cadillac. Then I sold the tickets, ain't got nothing on my back. Singing, take me back, baby. Take me back, baby. Take me back, baby. Try me one more time. Been doing a lot of drinking, my eyes are bloody red. Since I left you, pretty baby, I wish that I was dead. Take me back, baby. Oh, take me back, baby. Take me back, baby. Try me one more time. Cook and wash and scrub the floor, and sew your torn up clothes. I'll even go to work and come home nights and love you to goodness knows. If you take me back, try me one more time.
There you you go. B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. That one there by request for listener Tommy Albergo. That's the sound of the Four Fellows. Hey, they can do pretty good on the up-tempos also, but they do great ballads too. April 55, that's the flip side of Soldier Boy, song entitled Take Me Back, Baby, on the Glory record label. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Thank you all for being here as we continue here, and let's fill a request for listener Big Dave Swinger. I saw this last minute, Dave, because if I would have seen this earlier, I would have played it last week, but we're going to go to Art Roop's specialty record label, and for Jesse Belvin now. His association with Art Roop, the owner of Specialty, dates back to 1952. Not only as a single artist, but also recording in a duet with Marvin Phillips as Jesse and Marvin. Of course, he goes back even further than that, but I'm talking with the Specialty label. Now, Belvin would return from the armed forces in 1955. He would get back with the Art Roop Specialty to record 3 more singles. Now, Dave requested his third. It's actually a great two-sided 45. It's a song he wrote, and this is with the Bumps Blackwell Band. And Big Dave Swinger wants to send this one out to Kelly Lee Blackwell, who was also known as Baby Bumps. And her birthday, her birthday was yesterday. March 14th was her birthday. So we'll send it out to Kelly Lee Blackwell, a.k.a. Baby Bumps, on behalf of Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room from October 55. This is Jesse Belvin on the Specialty label. It's called Where's My Girl?
Where's my girl? Does anybody know? I don't know. All I know, she's gone and left me. What'll I do? If you should see her, tell her this for me. Tell her I'm all alone, filled with misery. Tell her to please hurry I'll lie awake, yeah, and wonder. I wonder where can't you be? I'm hoping and praying, Heavenly Father, please send her back to me till I'm over. I'll remain, even then I'll feel the same. Please hurry home.
Yeah, that's a great sound of Jesse Belvin and group there. That one on Art Roop's Specialty record label, actually their third release on the label there from October 1955. Jesse Belvin with Where's My Girl. That one there, special request and dedication by Big Dave Swinger out to Kelly Lee Blackwell, and the daughter of orchestra leader there, Bumps Blackwell. and his band there. It was on a lot of records, a lot of West Coast records that Bumps Blackwell is on. I think he might have been part owner of Keen Records also, by the way. And maybe some other labels too. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. I'll try to find it if it's in my mess down in the no humidity basement. I have lots of records down there. Now, who is calling Johnny G at this late hour? And Mama G's going to have to pick that one up as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in the 1955 block, and let's fill a request for listener James Stone. I had to look for this record. I found it real quick, I will say. This gal from Detroit, Michigan, recorded for many different labels during her career, and she kind of runs the gamut on different genres: pop, rockabilly, R&B. First recording back in 1948 for the Virgo label. Also releases on Dot Records and Essex Records. She's with the Harptones on Essex, by the way, in 1954. But she would be lured to Capitol Records, had 5 releases on the Capitol label. Now, James requested her second release, a tune written by songwriter Lincoln Chase. And there is a group. James, do you know the group backing her up here? I tried to look last minute to see. I couldn't. I thought maybe the Q's possibly at this time. I don't know if they were on Capitol. This released in April of 55. But let's give it a spin. Bunny Paul's her name and group from April 55, going out to James Stone in our YouTube chat room. It's called Leave My Heart Alone. Bunny Paul for James.
Don't come closer, baby. Don't come closer, baby. Don't come closer, baby. Don't come closer, baby.
If you don't want love, leave my heart alone. If you don't want love, leave my heart alone. If all you want to do is have a good time, well, boy, you better change your mind. 'Cause if you don't want love, leave my heart alone. I mean what I'm saying. I've got no time for playing. Fooling around is just for men and fools. Now I'm no man and I'm no fool. I'm laying down this golden rule. If you don't want love, leave my heart alone.
If you don't want love, leave my heart alone. If you don't want love, then leave my heart alone. If all you want to do is have a good time, well, baby, you better change your mind. Well, if you don't want love, leave my heart alone.
Now you can't grow a flower without the root. You can't get the pocket without the suit. You can't have steak and not eat meat. You can't have fire without the heat. So if you don't want love, leave my heart alone.
Don't come closer, baby.
If you don't want love, leave my heart alone. I got a heart full of love to give to you, but you gotta know how to follow through. So if you don't want love, leave my heart alone.
Come closer, baby, you're mine.
Johnny G getting caught here as I multitask. There you go. That's the sound of Bunny Paul, her second of 5 on the Capitol record label there, by request for listener James Stone in our YouTube chat room, April 1955. Leave My Heart Alone is the name of the tune. Now, she's got other releases on other labels, Dash Records. I saw one on Dash I had on Point, Brunswick, Dynamic, Roulette, and yes, Gordy Records, which I think I've played on the Soul Show, by the way. I think I played that Bunny Paul on the Wednesday night Soul Show. Johnny G here on a Saturday, though, as we continue. We are in the 1955 block. Let's go back to the Bahari Brothers, this time Flair record label, with this request for listener Oldies fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. This solo effort by icon Richard Berry was he was a master in this music, and recorded for vocal groups, wrote tunes, sang background, sang leads. A very, very important person when it comes to West Coast rhythm and blues and vocal groups. This is his fourth of 5 on Flair Records, written by Berry and Joseph Bahari from late 1955. Going out to Joseph Smith. This is Richard Berry on Flair. The song is called Next Time.
I saw this cat leave my path, and this made me awful sad. And in the meantime, I was getting mad. I said, baby, what explanation do you have? She said, next time. Next time. I said, no next time, baby. That was the last time for me. So I got my hat and headed for the dock. I knew I wouldn't be back there no more. Then the landlord walked up, a real cool gent, and said, hey, buddy, how's about the rent? I said, next time. Next time. He said, no next time, nothing. You gonna pay me right now. Well, after the confusion had all died down, I figured I'd better get out of town. But when I arrived at the airport, there stood a man with a notice, failure to support. I said, next time. Next time. He said, no next time, Daddy. You coming on right now. Well, they took me to see that friend of mine. Yeah, District Court, room 229. The judge said, your payments are way behind. I said, don't worry, Daddy, it won't happen next time. He said, next time? What do you mean, next time? He said, ain't gonna be no next time, 'cause you going to jail right now.
There you go. That one there by request for Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. That's 1955 release there from Mr. Richard Berry. Richard Berry on the Flair label out of Los Angeles, California. Next Time is the name of the tune. Sometimes there won't be a next time for certain people, and that is unfortunate, but that's the way things go. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, we are in the year 1955. Fill a request for listener Mnon as we head to Detroit, Michigan, to the legendary Fortune record label, Devorah Brown's Fortune Records, and it's the debut single for this group, a tune written by, at least on this song, the lead singer Richard Lawrence. And you're going to hear the bass come in. Charles Evans comes in because he plays a part of the doctor in this. And this charted number 7 on WILY in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from August 55, going out to listener Mnon. These are the $5. The $5 on the Fortune record label. It's called Dr. Baby for Mnon.
Well, I had a call. She said she was sick.
step right in. All right, now roll up your sleeves. Now close your eyes, please. Now that beetle didn't hurt, did it? All right, now you can go.
Go grainy press and all on that Fortune 45. That's August 55 release there for listener Mnon. The $5 on the Fortune record label Dr. Baby. That's Richard Lawrence on lead. He also wrote that tune. The bass, Charles Evans. What was he saying there? I don't know, but let us continue here. Let's move into 1956 now. Fill a request for Frank and Jerry Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. This group originally from Detroit, Michigan. First recording for Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label as the Five Pearls. That was in the fall of 1954. They would then sign with Atco Records, drop the Five, and record as the Pearls. Had two releases on the Atco record label. Their next stop was Jerry Winston's Onyx record label, and Frank and Jerry requested their first of five on the Onyx record label. This is with Sammy Lowe and the orchestra, co-written by the lead singer of the group, Mr. Howard Guyton. Unmistakable voice, I say, of Howard Guyton. Let's go to August of 1956. This is going out to Frank and Jerry Gingaro, the great Pearls on Onyx. It's called Let's You and I Go Steady. This is for Jerry and Frank.
It's you and I go steady like my sister to bed. Come on, let's get ready. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Let's go and see you moving, and I'll make a thing groove in my heart, full of love, and I'm gonna give it all to you. A kiss, a hug, I hold you tighter, because you are my heart's delight. I wanna tease, I squeeze, I please you, baby. Without you, what would I do? Yeah, a kiss is just like fire, my heart. I have the one desire, just love, and be near you, baby.
Love so much, because I love so much.
You my sister to bed, come on. Let's get ready, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Let's go and see a movie, cuddle, and make all things groovy. My heart's full of love, and I wanna give it out to you. I wanna kiss, a hug, hold you tight, because you are my heart's delight. I wanna tease, squeeze, please you, babe. Without you, what would I do? Yeah, I kiss it just like fire in my heart. I have been one desire, just love, and near you, baby, because I
love so much.
Because I
love so much.
Because I
love so much.
Yeah, it's a great sound of the Pearls. Howard Guyton on lead. Mike Sape agrees with me. Unmistakable voice there. That one there from August 1956. Their first of 5 on the Onyx label. Let's You and I Go Steady. And that one there going out to listener Frank Chingaro and his wife Jerry. Now, Frank, you will be on tomorrow afternoon, I think. Frank Chingaro and Gordon Skagberg, they are hosts of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. You can hear them on a Radio Hofstra, WRHU.org. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 to 5:30, we'll say, live tomorrow, a Sunday, playing the same type of music that Johnny G does here on the Saturday night show. And you're going to have to listen to him on the internet. You can go to, I think you should go to radiostationusa.fm. You go there. You can also check it out on /online/WRHU. You will see the icon there, and it'll take you to a player. Just hit play, nothing else, and it will play. So tune into the R&B Serenade tomorrow with Frank Chingaro and Gordon Skagberg. And there you go. They're going out to Frank and Jerry. Great sound there of the Pearls. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, let's go to Memphis, Tennessee now, and fill a request for listener Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. Now, this group included Lewis Williams, Melvin Jones, Norman West, James Taylor, and lead singer on this, William Bell. Yes, Busta Bass, the same William Bell that would record solo on the Stax record label. He was the lead singer on this, and he also co-wrote the tune with Les Bahari. Okay, the Bahari brothers also owned the Meteor record label out of Memphis, Tennessee. And the backup band, I think, here is the Bearcats. And this is from November of 1956, going out to Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. Let's give a listen to the Del Rios. The Del Rios on Meteor Records. It's called Alone on a Rainy Night for Chris Reed.
Have you ever been alone on a rainy night, all alone on a rainy night? Will you want someone to love you, someone to hold you tight? You wanna cry, you wanna cry, you wanna cry the whole night through. You wanna cry, cry the whole night through.
go. I like that record there by the Del Rios. That one there going out to listener Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room, November 56. Their debut single, I guess we can call it, on the Meteor record label, Alone on a Rainy Night. And that featuring a very young William Bell, went on to have a great successful solo career with releases on the Stax label. So you can hear him on a Wednesday evening with those soul releases. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you are new to the program, just finding out about the Vinyltreasure show, I wish you would consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Keeps the copyright police away. They were around on Wednesday night. They blocked the show twice. When I get too many, I'm okay for the first 2 hours. It's when I get to the third hour and I play too many hits, I see them come up. And if I have too many in a row, I start pushing my luck, and they shut it down for about 30 or 40 seconds, maybe a little longer, and then they bring it back. They want me to take the record off the turntable. I says, no way am I doing that. I'm not doing it. So then I play another record. If I try to talk a little bit to get them off my case. Then I'll play a record, then they'll come back, and then they'll say, oh, okay, and then they leave. I don't know how the artificial intelligence works, but they run it through a filter as I play them live here. And that's why the more subscribers I have, the better it is. They give me a little bit of leeway. They don't allow me to monetize the show. That's fine. That's all well with me, but I don't want them to block it. It's such a downer when they do that. And all the listeners, they get all upset when they do that. And I can understand. You're moseying along listening to the records. All of a sudden, they black it out. And but again, if they do, I'm still streaming live on Oldies and More Radio, so you can always, have that as a backup. It should come back, and then they post the show. So it is totally defeating. Not that I need to waste time on that, but let us continue here. And I've started playing with the recommendation of Bill Sheriff. He says, Johnny G, why don't you play either an original or a cover or vice versa? So I've been looking at that more so, kind of focusing on that. And this is actually a suggestion for listener Timothy, which is actually a pretty cool thing that Timothy requested. So we're going to play the original, and then we're going to play the cover of this. And this is the original that came out by this group from the Bronx, New York. Well, I'm sorry, I take it back. I had the other one first. This one first came out on the Earl record label. Earl Records, by the way, was a label owned by Sammy Lowe and a WWRL disc jockey, Dr. Jive, a.k.a. Tommy Smalls. They own this label called Earl Records. And a group called the Bachelors had 2 releases on the label. This is the easier of the 2 that Timothy requested. I have the other one, a nice promo. I wish I had this on a promo because the stock copies of this are kind of grainy. But this is, does anybody remember I think he was part owner of Bim Bam Boom magazine. I think it was Steve Flam was his name. Well, I think he unexpectedly passed away many years ago, and his wife was selling his records, and I think she would take out these full-page ads in Gold Mine or Discoveries, I forget, whichever was the first magazine. And I was a young collector at the time. I was, just finding out about the music, and I was lucky to win this record for $16 or whatever it may have been. And there were a bunch of other records that I did win, like some of the Owl releases and other things. Of course, she had multiple copies of stuff on Bim Bam Boom, and she would write them all up on his. It was on his. He had a special paperhead. Pages that she would just write them all out. It was all in pen, and she would mail me the amount with the postage and whatnot, and it wasn't a lot. Well, I don't know, it might have been a lot of money for me back then when that happened, but it was unfortunate But this is his record, and this is the request for Timothy. This features Waldo Champin on lead from 1956. We're going to hear the original version by the Bachelors first, a song called Dolores. Then we're going to follow it up with a cover that came out in May of 1961 by a group called the Moodmakers. They were out of the Bronx, and they first recorded as the Five Delights, recorded on Newport and Unart Records. And you may know their song called There'll Be No Goodbye, but they have another good one on the Able label. But they also recorded as the Moodmakers. This is on Morty Craft's Craft label, so I'm going to play them one after the other. And the lead singer on that one is Ed Jordan, and it's from May of 61. So up first, we're going to hear the original. And again, this requested by listener Timothy. These are the Bachelors on Earl with their tune called Dolores, followed up by the Moodmakers rendition of the song Dolores. Here you go for Timothy in our YouTube chat room.
Yesterday, my heart, she went astray. You came my way and made less gay. Dolores, I love you. What more can I say? My heart beats for you. I never knew before I met you. My life was so down. You gave a little spark. Dolores, I love you. What more can I say? My heart beats for you. They say that you'll be mine. In your heart, I can find a little place for me. 'Cause I love you. Can't you see? Hey, before yesterday, my heart, she went astray. You came my way and made life's okay. Dolores, I love you. What more can I say? My heart beats for you. They say that you'll be mine. In your heart, I can find a little place for me. 'Cause I love you. Can't you see? Hey, before yesterday, my heart, she went astray. You came my way and me, that's okay. Dolores, I love you. What more can I say? My heart beats for you.
Oh, Dolores, I love you.
Oh, before yesterday, my heart, she went astray. You came my way and made life so gay. Dolores, I love you. What more could I say? My heart
Whoa,
beats
yes,
for you.
boom, boom. Oh, Dolores, I love you.
I never knew before I met you. My life was so dark. You gave a little spark. Dolores, I love you. What more could I say? My heart beats for you.
Boom, boom, boom.
They say that you'll be mine, and in your little heart I can find a little place for me, 'cause I love you, yes, can't you see?
Oh, Dolores.
Hey, before yesterday, my heart, she went astray. You came my way and made life so gay. Dolores, I love you. What more could I say? My heart beats for you.
Boom, boom. Oh, Dolores, I love you.
There you go. By request for Timothy in our YouTube chat room, he said, Johnny G, let's do a comparison of the song Dolores. That one there you just heard from from May 1961 by the Moodmakers, a.k.a. the Five Delights, on the Bambi record label. That's Morty Kraft's Bambi label. Features Ed Jordan on lead. A more polished version, I guess you can call it. But again, you're looking at 1961 there versus 1956 with Dolores. And earlier we heard the original version as done by the Bachelors, 1956 on Earl Records. That is with Waldo Champion on lead. Of course, Dean Barlow was also one of the lead singers of the Bachelors, who would later change their name to the Montereys and record for Jerry Winston's Onyx Records, have featured their tune Dearest One, another great two-sided 45. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes here for a Saturday evening. Let us continue here, and let's fill a request for a listener, Bill Sheriff, in our YouTube chat room. Also for Nick the Knack Sedano, also requested this tune. This is on Bill Briggs' OJ record label, which was out of Memphis, Tennessee, as we move into the year 1957 now. But this group is out of Atlanta, Georgia, and this is another great two-sided 45. Daniel Kubacki requested the flip side of this, so that'll be coming up shortly. But this is the ballad side. Now, I think this group was intentionally trying to sound like Willie Winfield and the Harp Tones. I know that Gordy Freeman will agree with me, but there really can be nobody else. Nobody can really be the Harp Tones except the Willie Winfield and the Harp Tones, but they do a decent job, I have to say. This song kind of maybe stolen from the Harp Tones tune, That's the Way It Goes, but you could be the judge. Let's go to September of 1957 by request for Bill Sheriff and Nick Sedano, the Rockin Dukes on the OJ label. It's called Angel and a Rose.
In a dream that I had of a picture and a pole, when it came into vision, stood an angel and a rose. Started from heaven and ended in my arms. My prayers were answered from unearthly
go. That one there going out to listener Bill Sheriff and also Nick Sedano. Tuned into the program here, September 1957, the sound of the Rockin Dukes, trying to sound like Willie Winfield and the harp tones there, and kind of taking that same song, That's the Way It Goes, and changing the wording to Angel and a Rose. That's on the OJ record label. This group is out of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, Daniel Kubacki requested the flip side of this 45, so let's flip the 45 over. This is, again, from September 1957 for Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. These are the Rockin Dukes with the flip side. It's called My Baby Left Me for Daniel Kubacki.
Hey, hey,
my baby done left me, yeah, she's gone. My baby done left me, yeah, she's gone. Oh, she went away with all of my pain. And you know one thing, I haven't seen her this day. My baby done left me, yeah, she's gone. My baby done left me all alone. It was the first time, won't be the last time. My baby done left me, yeah, she's gone. Well, she went away yesterday. Well, she went away with all of my pain. Well, she went away and left me alone. I wish she'll come back and I'll be gone. My baby done left me, yeah, she's gone. My baby done left me all alone. It was the first time, won't be the last. My baby done left me, yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone.
There you go. I don't know if that's the B side or that was the A side. Usually they would put out the up-tempo sides as the A side, but not necessarily. That is not the case. Although I never checked, Charlene. Did you look on this one, Charlene, which one was potentially the A side or not? They have a little note here. OK vocal, they called it a medium. This is a number, the number is 1034. It's just a minute 47, folks. And 1032. So what I usually did, my rule of thumb is that the smaller number was considered the A side. Not always, only because I thought they recorded it first. And you're really gonna, but I don't know. Sometimes these record companies, they really didn't put rhyme or reason to how they operated at all. But there you go. That one there for Daniel Kubacki, September 57, the Rockin Dukes with My Baby Left Me. Let us continue here in the year 1957. Fill a request for listener Ronnie Sherman as the Solitaires return to us. Got to say hello to Ronnie. He's mentioned in his email to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com that he was going to visit Frank Cassie and Seymour Simon. I told him to say hello to those guys. And Seymour Simon used to sell me his 45s when he was selling out his records. I didn't get his big top records because I couldn't afford them. But it was funny. Seymour said to me when he was selling me all these, because once he put an ad in, I think an ad in Gold Mine or Discoveries, whichever one was first. And so I sent in some bids, and then he wanted my phone number. And he would call me up and he would sell to me privately, and I would pay him. He would call me up out of the blue and says these were records that he bought when in his travels and when he used to go to Times Square Records. So he said to me, this is what you said to me, Seymour. You said to me, now I want to be able to hear these records on the R&B Review. when you go on and host with Dan Romanella. Well, I did do that, but then, then things didn't work out the way they did. And that, of course, the R&B Review took over from the TCS, the Time Capsule Show. And I don't know, now there's other shows that are out there that are still out there playing records, like the R&B Serenade and this show, and that play real records, and to keep up with that. So that's what Johnny G is doing. I'm trying to keep this music alive here in its original format. I think that's the best way. Anybody can really play CDs and drop and drag, but it's hard to play the original records, and then you can actually see them. That's why this is an educational show, YouTube, that I tell YouTube. So don't shut me down. I'm showing you the real records. I didn't steal an MP3 off of YouTube or wherever. So anyway, that's what I try to do here on the program. But anyway, this is for Ronnie Sherman, the great Solitaires. Now, this was their follow-up to Walking Along, their 12th of 18 on High Weiss's Old Town record label, and features the other great lead of the group. His name is Milton Love. Let's go to November of 1957. This is for Ronnie Sherman, the Solitaires on Old Town. It's called Thrill of Love for Ronnie Sherman.
When I hear the vows of bride and groom, when I see the blossoms in full bloom, when I feel the touch of your lips, it makes me feel the thrill, wonderful thrill of love. When I see the sun break through a cloud, when I pass a church and hear God's vow, when I feel the warmth of your smile, it makes me feel the thrill, wonderful thrill of love. The hanging garden of Babylon, Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls are three great wonders of the world. When love is greater than all the world, when I hear the vows of bride and groom, when I see the blossoms in full bloom, when I feel the touch of your lips, it makes me feel the thrill, wonderful thrill of love, wonderful thrill of love, wonderful thrill of love.
Here you go, November 1957, by request for listener Ronnie Sherman, the great sound of the Solitaires, Milton Love on lead with the Solitaires. Their 12th release on High Weiss's Old Town record label, Thrill of Love, is the name of the tune. Johnny G is always thrilled when I deliver on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Thank you all for being here. If you will consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, that would be great as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in the year 1957. Let's fill a request for listener Casey Hines in Paris as we go back to Atlanta, Georgia. This group first recording for Sid Nathan's Deluxe record label. I think this might be their very last single that came out on Johnny Vincent's Ace label. Ace Records was out of Jackson, Mississippi, and this tune written by Ellis Walsh and Louis Jordan, who did it first back in 1949 for the Decca record label. Let's move up to March of 1957. This features Grover Mitchell on lead by request for Casey Hines, the Blue Dots. The Blue Dots on Ace, and their rendition of the tune Saturday Night Fish Fry.
Well, if you've ever been down to New Orleans, you can understand what I mean. Well, all through the week, it's wide as a mouth, but on Saturday night, we go from house to house just rocking. Let me tell you, we'll be rocking. You never see, hey, till the break of dawn. Hey, you don't have to pay no admission if you a cook, a waiter, or a good musician. And if you happen to be passing by, stopping at the Saturday night fish fry, we'll be rocking. Hallelujah now, rocking. Don't you know you never see? See? No, 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 no. Hey, let's go. Hallelujah. Hey, they got us out of there like a house of fire. Chucked us all in that black mirage. They might have missed a beautiful view, but they got both me and Allium too. He was rocking. Don't you know he was rocking? I declare you never see nowhere. Yeah. Keep on rocking.
There you go. That's going out to Casey Hines in Paris there. The sound of the Blue Dots from March 1957 on Johnny Vincent's Ace record label. Saturday Night Fish Fry is the name of the tune. So during Lent, Johnny G is having fish. Although I didn't realize it. I had my omelet. There was some leftover ham that I put in my omelet, and I didn't realize it till later. So call Johnny G a sinner. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, we are in the year 1957. Let's fill a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. These are the great sound of Earl Lewis and the Chantels. Now, after they left Bobby Robinson's Whirling Disc record label, they would sign with George Goldner's Gone Records. They had two releases on the Goldner's Gone label before they would return back to Bobby Robinson's Fury record label. But Gordy requested their first, and this was actually a favorite of my Aunt Mary. She really loved this tune. For this song actually dates back to 1931, recorded by so many artists, pop and R&B, vocal groups and single artists. But let's give a listen to this version as done by the Chantels from August 1957 by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Earl Lewis and the Chantels on the Gone record label, their rendition of the tune, That's My Desire for Gordy.
Do, 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 do,
There you go. Earl Lewis and the Chantels, their first of two on George Goldner's Gone record label by request for listener Gordy Freeman, August 57, their rendition of the tune That's My Desire. Earl Lewis and the Chantels, such a great group. As we continue here for a Saturday evening, we are in the 1957 block. Let's fill a request for listener Edmund Williams in Queens, New York, for this next singer. Originally from Barnwell, South Carolina, he had at least 50 top 10 R&B hits during his career. Started out on recording for Sid Nathan's Federal record label back in 1956. Would have about 18 releases on Federal between 56 and 1960 before he would switch over to the subsidiary King Records. Now, Edmund requested his fifth release on the Federal record label. Now, this is a song he co-wrote. Now, he doesn't give his famous Flames credit on the flip side here for some reason. They are on the other side of this record. I forget what it's called, but it's from February 57. This is going out to listener Edmund Williams. This is James Brown on the Federal label. It's called Chani on Chan for Edmund Williams, James Brown. Here you go, by request for listener Edmund Williams in Queens, New York, February 57 release there for James Brown, minus his famous Flames. And that's the song he wrote. Chani on Chan is the name of that one on Sid Nathan's Federal record label. Now, we lost James Brown on December 28th of 2006. He was 73 years old. He passed away from congestive heart failure, but we remember him here on the 50s show and also often on the 60s show. Johnny G here, your disc jockey for a Saturday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes. I surely enjoy playing my records on a Saturday night, so thanks for joining me as we continue here. Let's move into 1958 now with a flip side request for listener Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. Featured these gals from the Bronx, New York, on George Goldner's N record label, played their fifth release, a request for listener Joe Shacatano, their tune called Sure of Love. That was on the March 1st show. Let's flip the 45 over, as this is a request for a Darrell Letts. This is Arlene Smith on lead with the Chantels. This charted number 9 on WUST in Bethesda, Maryland from June 58. The Chantels on End. The song is called Pray. This is for Darrell Letts.
I'm just a lonely girl in love. When I pray, one that I love, I fall on my knees, Lord above. I'm hoping He'll listen to my prayer for love. Lonely girl in love. He doesn't love me, not at all. He fills my hopes just to let them fall. I'm hoping you'll hear my prayer for love. Dear Lord, to you I am praying. Here on my knees, listen to what I'm saying. Send me someone to love. When I pray, one that I love, I fall on my knees, Lord above. I'm hoping He'll answer my prayer for love. I'm just a lonely girl in
Yeah, that's the great sound of Arlene Smith and the Chantels. That one there by request for listener Darrell Letts in our YouTube chat room. That one there released in, what did I say, that was June 1958 on the End record label. That record a little bit older than Johnny G. Want to welcome in new folks to the Vinyltreasure show here. This is normally, well, every other week. It's the third show of the week. I'll say I do 3 shows here during the week. The Vinyltreasure show, all live on YouTube, also broadcasting simultaneously on oldiesandmore.org radio. So I am doing that. But if you do have a request, you need to send it to me at Vinyltreasures. That's the email, vinyltreasures@aol.com. And I have to be careful with the hits because the copyright police constantly come out. So if you have requests, Charlene may pick them up in the chat room. You can even type them on my YouTube wall. So you can do it there, or some people instant message me on Facebook. Other people, they'll email me, and other people just type it in on YouTube, that on the wall there. That is probably the best way. If I have the record, I'll play it. Sometimes it's difficult. I have a lot of records in the collection. I don't have everything, but I do have a lot. Again, I've been collecting since, well, before I graduated high school in 1976. So I was exposed to this music. There's actually a bio you can Catherine Reed, my aunt, very instrumental with setting me up to liking this music and into soul music also. And then I used to listen to collector shows, and it's amazing how I look back on this and all this time has gone by. It's kind of like when you're a kid or when you're much younger, even in your 20s and 30s, you never think of time of being anything. And it kind of relates to this next record too, by the way, which is called Time is Passing. But, you just blink your eye and all of a sudden like 40 years goes by, and you're not like you felt before. You have all these ailments, and your children and your parents get older, and people pass away. It's very sad, but we continue to go on. This music will always be here. So, and that's what's so good about music, because it brings you back to your past, at least for me, my early days of collecting and good times of being with my family and my friends that like this music. So it's really a kind of unifying thing, I think. And this is the 50s and early 60s show. I do a soul show on Wednesday evenings, also at 9 p.m. And I can't get rid of the 78 show. I got too many people that like the 78 show. And I play records from the 40s. Not that I have a lot of records from the 40s into the 50s. I play it by year. So, and I do it here on a Saturday night, because you see how the music progressed from when we started in 1953. We are now in 1958, which was I guess you're talking at this time, the late 50s, the big era of vocal groups, and all the quartets and quintets and sextets that got together singing on the street corner, as they did earlier in the 50s too, but so much different from the 1940s. And as the music progresses, I think I'm closing with something from 62. Sometimes I'm into the 64 era. But anyway, but it's a good thing. This is an educational show and entertaining, and you can see it on your iTV, on your phone, on your tablet, and other people watching on their computers. So thank you all for being here. Please consider subscribing to this show. I've been on YouTube since 2015, doing the Vinyltreasure show since I think the fall of 2005. So we will continue, and I'm still buying records too. So once you're addicted, this is an addiction. You know, when you have an addiction, I have an addiction to vinyl. But let us continue here. Let's fill a request for Liam in Australia. I really do like this record, and I forget where I bought this, who I bought this originally from. It might have been Seymour Simon, maybe, sold me his copy of this. But I ended up getting a really nice copy out of Greg's collection. We go to Danny Robinson's Vest record label for a listener, Leon, a label named after his wife. Danny Robinson's wife's name was Vesta, so he created this label called Vest Records. And I still am confused about the name of this group, though. They're called the Raddans. Now, what is a Raddan? And the only thing that I think of is that Japanese movie from the 1950s. You remember a 1950s B film, a Japanese movie called Raddan? Well, that's where I think they got the name. I guess that's what they got the name. But, so I can't find any info on this group, but it's got males and females in the group. They're called the Raddans. Late 1958 release, going out to Liam in Australia. It's called Time is Passing for Liam.
Passing, passing, passing.
Passing, and darling, I'm blue. I'm all alone without you, darling. I want you, I need you. Time is passing, time is moving on, darling. It hurts my heart. I want you,
As a late 1958 release there for the Raddans on the Vest label for Liam in Australia. It's called Time Is Passing. Yes, it is. Let's stay in 1958. Let's go back to the Bronx, New York. Fill a request for listener Nat Papagallo. This is a group. The group's only release came out on the MGM subsidiary Cub record label. It features a 15-year-old Bobby Miano on lead. Now, you may know this Bobby Miano. He was an actor, and he played a mugger in the Charles Bronson movie Death Wish, and also played a mob boss in the 1997 movie Donnie Brasco. But he got his start in singing with a vocal group. They were known as the Preludes. This is from May of 1958 by request for Nat Papagallo in Naples, Florida. The Preludes on Cub. It's called Vanishing Angel for Nat.
Once I had an angel that lived within my heart. I loved her and I cherished her with all my loving heart.
Then one day the angel departed from me and vanished to another world and vanished and vanished.
Every day I hoped and prayed that she'd come back to me someday and love me as she did before and be the one that I adored. Angel, my vanishing angel. The angels from above told me of your love. I knew you would be true. But then you went away to come another day. But I'm still waiting for you. Every day I hoped and prayed that she'd come back to me someday and love me as she did before and be the one that I
Here you go, by request for listener Nat Papagallo, May 58 released the Preludes there. That is a 15-year-old Bobby Miano on lead. It's on the Cub record label. Vanishing Angel is the name of the tune. Big Dave Swinger mentions the flip side, an up-tempo Kingdom of Love, so stay tuned for that for next week. And Nat Papagallo, do you have that in your jukebox? I would bet you do. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We are in the 1958 block. Let's go to Philadelphia now. Fill a request for listener Bill Sheriff. Although this is on a Chicago label, this is on Vivian Carter's VJ record label out of Chicago. It's the group's only release. This song was produced by Hal Norton and William Goldstein. They were the owners of the Philly-based Norgold record label, and they leased this out to Vivian Carter and VJ Records as other owners of content would do. They did a similar thing with the Ravels on the Chess label, but this is a mixed group of guys and gals, features a female lead from July 58, going out to Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat room. These are the Cohorts, C-O-H-E-R-T-S, the Cohorts on VJ. The song is called My Love. This is for Bill.
My love, what can I say to prove my love for you?
As July 58 release there for the Cohorts. The Cohorts on Vivian Carter's VJ record label. The group out of Philadelphia, a song entitled My Love. That's going out to listener Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat room. Let's stay on the VJ label. How about a twin spin on Vivian Carter's VJ record label? This group recorded way back in 1954, first as the El Rays for the Checker record label. Then they signed with VJ Records and became the Dells. They had 17 releases for VJ between the years 1955 and 1965. Now, this is a request for listener Daniel. This is Daniel Kubacki. This was their 10th release from August of 1958. It features a Marvin Jr. on lead. These are the Dells and their tune called I'm Calling on the VJ record label. Grainy vinyl, although that didn't play so bad, really. There you go, great tune there. Marvin Jr. on lead with the Dells, August 1958 release on Vivian Carter's VJ record label, their 10th release, called I'm Calling. Johnny G is calling all new listeners to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for doing that and giving me a thumbs up if you dig what you're hearing on this Saturday night show. We are here live on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. So thank you all for being here. As we continue, we move into 1959 now. Fill a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. Wants to send this one out to the Vinyltreasure show community. And that includes over 2,600 and growing members here. And Jesse Belvin returns. This singer, pianist, and songwriter, originally from San Antonio, Texas. And he co-wrote the song Earth Angel for the Penguins. You know that. But he's also sang lead with a bunch of vocal groups, too. We heard him earlier for Big Dave Swinger on the Specialty label. But he also sang with the Shields and the Clicks. That was actually a duet and recorded on a variety of labels. Of course, I played his biggest hit. I think it was the closer of the last 78 show that I did a couple weeks ago. Good Night, My Love. That That was in 1956 on the Modern label. But this one is on a subsidiary of Imperial Records, a label owned by Louis Robert Chudd, Night Records. Now, the condition of this is not good. I don't know where I got this. I probably picked it up in the wild. But some of these Night releases are really grainy. And this one is both grainy and used. We'll see how it sounds. But anyway, this is for Indrajit Advani from April 59. Jesse Belvin and group on this. It's on Night Records. It's called Little Darling. This is for Indrajit. There you go, by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, sending it out to the Vinyltreasure Show community. One you don't often hear from Jesse Belvin, April 59 release, although it sounds like he may have recorded that earlier, possibly. It's called Little Darling, that one there on the Night record label. Let us continue in 1959, fill a request for Gary McLinden in our YouTube chat room. This gal, she hails from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. She recorded for Julius Dixon's Deb Records, which was out of New York City. She had 3 on the label. Now, Gary requested her third release. Actually, going to play both sides of this 45. The flip side requested by Julian McCroy. But this is actually a cover of the Clyde McPhatter tune Without Love that he did in 1956 for Atlantic Records. Now, Danny Small gets the writer credit on this, and she was just 16 years old when she recorded this, from January 59 by request for Gary McLinden in our YouTube chat room. This is Beverly Ann Gibson on the Deb label, and her rendition of the tune Without Love. This is for Gary McLinden.
I awakened this morning, I was filled with despair. All of my dreams turned to ashes and gold. I look at my life bear. Without love, I had nothing at all. Without
There you go. By request for listener Gary McLinden in our YouTube chat room. That's January 59 release for Beverly and Gibson on the Deb record label. That's Julian Dixon's Deb Records with her rendition of the tune Without Love. We're going to flip it over here. Got a request for the flip side of this, and this is the side that used to be issued on the Morris Levy Roulette compilation LPs. This was the side. I think this comes out on another label too. I think I saw it on Landa Records, if I'm not mistaken. But she's got a lot of. I was looking for something in the G box, and I had all these other records she does on King. She also recorded for King Records and Imperial and Jubilee Records. But let's flip it over. I think this was the intended A side. This is the A-side here, and this is a request for listener Julian McCroy. Let's flip over Without Love by Beverly Ann Gibson from January 59. You get this tune. It's called Love's Burning Fire on Deb for Julian McCroy.
I want you to know my love for you is a burning fire, burning bright, brighter than the brightest star, over the darkest night. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm too young to be consumed by love's burning fire. Oh, oh yeah. I know they say young hearts can't feel the warmth of foreign love and its pain. It's torture, hotter than the hottest flame,
There you go. That one there going out to listener Julian Campboy, the sound of Beverly Ann Gibson and Girls in the background there. That is her third release on Julius Dixon's Deb label, January 59, Love's Burning Fire. Always fun to find records like that in the wild for a quarter. Well worth the quarter that Johnny G spent on that. I didn't spend a quarter on this next record. I can tell you that much. We are in the year 1959. Let's go to West Philadelphia now for this next group. This is a request for listener Matey Campboy in California. This group had 2 releases on the John, Jon, label. This is their second release. This one arranged and conducted by Sammy Lowe, who might have owned part of this label. I don't know. But the tune this co-written by the lead singer. His name was Clarence Scott. This is from May 59 by request for Matey Campboy, the Valets, Valets, the Valets on John. The song is called I Need Someone for Matey Campboy.
I need someone.
I need someone
to laugh and to hold. I've got a story that must be told. I need someone
there by request for Matey Campboy in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Valets. That's Clarence Scott on lead. Their second release on the John label, May 59. I Need Someone is the name of the two. Now, their first release is much easier to find on the John label than this one is. Not the first press. A song called Sherry that first came out on Vulcan Records. There's a couple of good records on the Vulcan label. Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. We are in the year 1959 here. Let's fill a request for listener Rick in Philly. Now, how many of you are familiar with the Greek alphabet? Of course, I became familiar with the Greek alphabet doing crossword puzzles, but that's I didn't study it, but it relates to this next tune. This is on Don Roby's Peacock label, which was out of Houston, Texas. This unknown group that had only one release on the Peacock record label. Let's go to January of 1959 by request for Rick in Philly. These are the Checker Dots. The Checker Dots on the Peacock label. The song is called Alpha Omega for Rick in Philly.
Our friends won't believe me when I tell them that we are going real steady. Jenny, just you and me. This is our first romance. We're not too young to feel this way. We're gonna love each other. We don't care what they say.
As January 1959 release there for the Checker Dots. The Checker Dots on Don Roby's Peacock record label. That's going out to listener Rick in Philly in our YouTube chat room. A song entitled Alpha Omega. Well, Johnny G is an alpha, and most of my friends know that I'm an alpha. I was an alpha to I had a German Shepherd, and when she used to get nasty with me, we used to fight. And I used to have to pin her down, and she would finally calm down, and I was the alpha. And even in my relationships, I'm the alpha. I have to be. But anyway, Johnny G, don't back down at all as we continue here on the Vinyltreasure show. Let's move into 1960 now. Fill a request for listener Bill Olben, New Jersey. Now, he requested a B-side to this gal's biggest hit from 1961. She was the daughter of Rufus Thomas. Her name, Carla Thomas. And she had a big hit, first issued on the Satellite record label, which I don't own it. I don't own it on Satellite, but Atlantic Records would pick it up and distribute it nationally. And it became her biggest hit, a song called Gee Whiz, Look at His Eyes. I'm talking about Carla Thomas. And first issued in October of 1960. Then again, November of 60, Atlantic put it out. There is a group backing her up on this. And who wrote this song? I think she wrote this. She co-wrote this tune, I think. Let's give a listen to Miss Carla Thomas by request for listener Bill Olb, November 1960, the flip side of Gee Whiz. The song is called For You, Carla Thomas.
I
I'd give for you. If you'd only say you love me too, for you. Oh yeah, for you. Sometimes I shed a tear, 'cause I wish you were here. Oh, till the day that you are found, I'll turn this world upside down for you. Oh yeah, for you. I've told you everything I do for you, and yet you go away when you know my love is true for you. I'd gladly give the world if I could be your girl. Oh, my life I'd give for you. If you'd only say you love me too, for you. Oh yeah, for you. Oh yeah, for you. For you. For you. For you.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, by request for listener Bill Olben, New Jersey. Miss Carla Thomas, November 1960, her first release on the Atlantic record label, first solo effort. I think she first sang with her father as a Rufus and Carla, but that is the B-side to Gee Whiz, Look at His Eyes, song entitled For You, for Bill Olb. Let's continue here on the 50s and early 60s Vinyl Treasure Show. We are here live on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. Again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel as we are in the year 1960. Let's fill a request for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. You all know this group, probably best known for their releases on George Goldner's End record label. Had some hits for the End label. I Only Have Eyes for You, a big hit for them in 1959. And I'm talking about the Flamingos. This is their seventh release. Wait a minute. Their seventh release. This is their seventh release on the George Goldner's End record label. Now, the tune written by the lead singer, his name is Nate Nelson. This did chart on the Billboard chart, number 27 on Billboard. Now, the only thing I have with this, and Reed, if you're still on, maybe you can tell me, because I have this like three different ways. Now, of course, I hate styrene 45s. And I don't know if this came out on promo or whatever. But anyway, the song that David requested is Mio Amore. So I'm like, I didn't notice it. I went to 45 Cat and I checked it out. I said, well, wait a minute here. We have multiple ways that this record came out. This is on End number 1073. So in my opinion, the true first press is the one that I'm featuring, which says, it just says Mio Amore. I think that is the true first press, but maybe I'm wrong. Then we have Mio Amore, parentheses, Till the End of Time. And then we have Mio Amore, parentheses, My Love Till the End of Time. So Johnny G is a purist. Which one of these is the true first press? I don't know. If somebody has an idea, but I think the one I'm playing that just says Mio Amore is. But enough said. Let's give it a spin here. June 1960 release, The Great Sound of the Flamingos, here by request for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. It features Nate Nelson on lead, and their tune is called Mio Amore. This is for David Silberg.
Take my lips and a kiss them.
Take my love,
Take my hands and hold them. I am yours, my love, till the end of time. Take my arms, let them hold you.
take my love,
Take my eyes, let them show you. I am yours, my love, till the end of time. Till the end. Till the end of time. Oh my love,
oh my love,
can't you see? Our love was meant to be. Oh my love, oh my love, you were meant for me. Take my heart and my soul.
take my love,
Our love will never run cold. I am yours, my love, till the end of time. Till the end. Till the end of
There you go, by request for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Flamingos. And that is the second time for that record, though. It was a hit the second time around. June 1960, George Goldner's N record label. That's Nate Nelson on lead with the Flamingos. Mio Amore is the name of the tune. Or, like I said, Till the End of Time, or whatever the other one was. Anyway there, but still a great tune. Copyright Police came out on that record. That's the first time for the evening. Anyway, let us continue. We are in the year 1961. Again, this is another comparison song here, as requested by listener Paul Michel. He recommended, he said, Johnny G, can you play the original and then the cover of this too? So we will do that. Up first, though, the original version of this by this group from Los Angeles, California. They are called the Untouchables, and they recorded for the Madison record label. Now, they were, prior to this, the group members of this were, I think, the Valiants. Okay, they were members of the Valiants. Billy Storm was a member of the group. I think he left, though, for a solo career. And the writers on this were group members, Chester Pipkin and Bryce Cofield, who is the lead singer on this. And this is the original version. They signed with Liberty Records, and this was their first release on the Liberty label. After Madison, didn't really have any hits on the Madison label, although they were good records, I say. Maybe locally they did, but not nationally. But this charted number 12 on WAKE in Atlanta, Georgia. This originally from April 61, and then we're going to follow it up with the cover of this that Paul recommended in his email by this group from Canton, Ohio, first recording as the Mascots for King Records back in 1961, but then they would change their name to the OJs. They had 14 releases on the Imperial record label, and this is actually the B-side to their fifth, again, a cover of the Untouchables tune, which this one arranged by H.B. Barnum, and it has Eddie Levert on lead. Now, the other one, this one I think with Don Kirshner, Lou Adler, and what's his name, Nevins. I forget his first name. I think Herb Albert I think he's on trumpet on this, if I'm not mistaken, on this one here. At least I read it. I was reading before Charlene gave me her information. I didn't get a chance to add it. But let's do this comparison here. Up first, the original from April 61, The Untouchables on Liberty. We're going to follow it up with the rendition by the OJs, which came out in June of 1964, all on the Imperial label. And the song, and then we're going to talk about it again, because they also covered the flip side too, which is called You're on Top. But we're going to feature the side that Paul requested. It's called Lovely D for Paul Michel.
Love
There you go. By request for listener Paul Michel there, the comparison of the song Lovely D, as done first originally by the Untouchables on the Liberty record label from April 1961 with Bryce Cofield on lead, and then we followed it up 3 years later, June 64, by the OJ's Eddie Levert on lead. A very similar sounding, both. Somebody said, I was reading about somebody did a write-up and they said it was like they didn't finish this song as far as the OJs go, but You're on Top was I think the A side, which by the way is also which was odd. How many times, because Paul asked me in his email, he goes, do you know of any other records that the A and B side were covered by another group, the exact A and B side? So I'm thinking, did anybody do the Students Every Day of the Week and I'm So Young? Maybe oldie groups did, but I'm trying to think back in the day if anybody covered the A and B side of somebody else's record, I mean, and then put it out, but it didn't come to mind. But anyway, let us continue here. We're moving on through here, folks. I'm going to get out early here, and we are in the year 1961. Now, this is a record that I picked to add. I added that Haunting Memories by the Harlequins earlier on Juanita. This is my other pick only because it's a favorite of mine and a record that my aunt would play. Now, a lot of people don't play the B-sides of their 45s, and you should do that. You don't know what you're missing if you don't play the B-sides. Sometimes, my boss at Sony Music, Brian Kelleher, when I was in the digital downloading, when digital downloading was first new on the scene back in 2005 or 4. So he's like, Johnny, the B-sides are throwaways. I said, Brian, they weren't throwaways, especially not in the 50s. They were actually, some of them, our B-sides are better than the A-sides. I mean, if you want to talk about the 1970s, which you were doing all this stuff in the 70s for Sony Music, so they were throwing it away because they were pushing one side, and Columbia sending out those same song on both sides as it was, which I only paid $1 for. But so I said, some of the B-sides are excellent records, I have to tell you. So, and it equates to this one. I think I featured this group from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Marcels, and Casey Hines requested the hit side, their rendition of the tune Heartaches. But the flip side is a great ballad, I say, in Marcel's style. This was their 4th release on the Colpix record label. So this is the B-side to Heartaches. It features Cornelius Harp on lead. Starts off with the bass of the group. His name is Fred Johnson, and this is from September 61. Play your B-sides, folks. The Marcels on Colpix. It's called My Love for You. This is for Johnny G.
My love for you is a burning fire that glows with each heartbeat. It's filled with the great desire and shows every time we meet. I'm full of love, all I got is love. All I ever think about is giving you my love. All my love, baby, take my love. I don't want it, you can have it. All I wanna do is love you. 'Cause all I have to offer you is love. Every
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. The great group out of Pittsburgh, the Marcels, Cornelius Harp on lead, September 61. That's the flip side of Heartaches. Their tune called My Love for You on the Cold Picks record label. Let us continue here in the year 1961. Let's fill a request for listener Tommy Albergo, this singer originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, but he would relocate out to the West Coast. His first gig was with Art Roop Specialty record label. And I think I featured, was it Night Owl? It was either on the 78 show where I played the flip side of that, released in 1955, but he continued to record with many different labels through the years: Ultra, Dig, Ebb, Tampa, Aladdin, Dot, Imperial, Radio, Jamie, and Kent Records, also Bethlehem. And he had 2 releases on the Kent record label. This is his first of 2 from 1961, going out to Tommy Albergo. Let's give a listen to Tony Allen and the Wanderers on Kent. It's called If Love Was Money. Tony Allen and the Wanderers for Tommy Albergo.
If love was money, I'd buy your eyes so that you may see what you mean to me. If love was money, I'd buy your arms to comfort me through my lonely night. Money can buy everything, I've been told, but how do you buy a heart and soul? And you gave me the right to buy your smile, to light my night.
Go by request for listener Tommy Albergo, Tony Allen and the Wanderers from 1961. It's on the Kent record label. The Bahari brothers own this label, Kent Records. They put out lots of reissues and actually original stuff like that one there. That's Tony Allen and the Wanderers. If Love Was Money is the name of the tune. Well, some of us would be rich and other ones would definitely be poor. I can tell you that much. As we continue here and we move into 1962 now, let's fill a request for listener Gary Hendren in Alabama. This is a pricey 45. Of course, it would have to be on styrene. I just hate styrene 45s. Now, this is not the original version of this tune, but we're going to do a comparison. I'm going to ask you which one you prefer. But they're slightly different, I think, in the arrangements too, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhat similar. But this one released in November of 1962. This was first done by Dennis and the Explorers. They did it first on the Coral label in 1961, but this singer covered it. On the label, he's known as Anastasia, but his real name is Phil Astasi. He was born in the Little Italy section of Brooklyn, first recording back in 1960 for the Lori label. Then he had 2 releases on his father's Stasi label. His father owned this label, and they're talking about mob related. I wonder if that was the case with this. But anyway, he's being backed up by a group called the Town Criers. They were out of New York. They were Tony Armato, Ron Epi, R. Emmett, Jackie Sperancino, and someone by the name of Epstein. And they also had their own release that came out in '63 on the Progression label. But this singer, Phil Anastasi, would later record as Dean Parrish with releases on Warner Brothers and Music Core, and also as Phil Stacy on the 20th Century label. But we're going to hear first the cover from November '62 by Anastasia. It's called Every Road, parentheses, I Walk Along. Then we're going to follow it up by the original by this group called Dennis and the Explorers, and it features Dennis Lowell on lead. He also co-wrote the tune from November of '61, so they're actually a year apart. Let's give a listen to the cover first, and this is by request for listener Gary Hendren. Anastasia, aka Phil Anastasi, from November '62 on the Stasi label. It's called Every Road, parentheses, I Walk Along.
Shine in a million ways. Every road, every road, every road on. Every road I walk along with you. When we're close so far apart, my love will still be true. I know there may be other boys, but they don't care the way I do.
Yeah, that's the original there from November 61, Dennis and the Explorers, Dennis Lowell on lead on the Coral record label. And I think that's a promo. The blue ones are the promo, I have to say. Every Road, parentheses, I Walk Along is the original. And then we played the request for Gary Hendren from November 62, Anastasia, a.k.a. Phil Anastasi, a.k.a. Dean Parrish, on the Stasi label. A very rare record, Every Road, parentheses, I Walk Along, his rendition. Let's move into 1962. Now we fill a request for listener Jim Lampley in Texas. Girl group sounds here. It's on a label called Wildcat Records. I think they were associated with Congress, if I'm not mistaken. It's got the Congress or CAP matrix number. This tune, written by Rudy Clark, wrote a lot of nice tunes during his career, many with girl groups also. This is with the Rudy Clark Orchestra, has the Hutch Davy logo, and he probably produced it. This is from late 1962. Now, how many groups do you know were called the Tangerines? I just had a couple Tangerines this afternoon. But this is for Jim Lampley, the Tangerines on Wildcat Records. It's called The Answer Is Always You, for Jim in Texas.
I'm feeling all alone and can't make it on my own. Who do I call on? Who do I run to? Who do I need? Who do I come to? The answer is always you.
As late 1962 release there for a girl group called the Tangerines. So how many groups you know are named after fruit? I know the Banana Splits from 1968. What can you name? Was there an apple group? Wasn't there a group called Adam's Apples? That's a good soul record, by the way, that I don't have. That's a good record. Was there the Peaches? Well, you had Etta James and the Peaches, right? Was there apples? Let's see, banana. How about is tomato? Tomato's a fruit. I don't think there was a tomato. How about a what do we else we have? We have blueberries. I don't think there was a. Well, there was there was, what's her name? Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells. That's close enough to blueberries, right? And what else can we have? Let's see. Were there any Clementines? I don't know. There was. Didn't Bobby Darin do a song called Clementine? There was a song. I don't know. But anyway, the Oranges. Anyway, John G getting silly here at the end of the show. Those are the Tangerines, late 1962 on the Wildcat record label. The Answer Is Always You, and that's going out to a Jim Lampley in Texas. Got 3 more 45s to go before we sign off here. Maybe a bonus record for Adrian, but I have a request for Adrian coming up. It's the last record of the show. But we are in the year 1962. This is a request for listener Reed King in our YouTube chat room. Now, Reed, I had a chance to buy this record a long time ago from our buddy Jerry Diaz, and I don't know what's Jerry. I don't think he was doing that well, Jerry. Last I heard, but I don't know. We'll have to ask Eddie Estrada. I'm sure he may know. But he had a lot of money on the record. It was It was a 4-figure record, but it was like it was like a lot, and I was like, Jerry, I can't pay that amount of money for it. If you want to sell it to me for $800 or something, maybe I'll do it. But I eventually did get a copy, and I saved $200 on the sale, so I'm not complaining. But I haven't seen a copy since. He offered me that, and that was a long time ago. But this group, they were stationed at Luke Air Force Base in Phoenix, Arizona. They had this one release that came out on Floyd Ramsey's Ramco label, which was out of Phoenix, Arizona. So Steve in Arizona, maybe you can find a copy of this and you can get good money for it. Written by the group members, they were Al Lynn, Paul Robertson, Charles Pedro Buford, Henry Truesdale, and it's with the Mike Metco combo. And they would have another release on this, which I do have. I think I bought it from Doug Hanners when he would send his list out. They were also recorded as Brothers Z and the Decades on the Ramco label, but prior to that they were known as the Viceroys. This is from September 62, special request for listener Reed King. You got the scan, Reed, right? It's called the Viceroys on Ramco. It's called I Need Your Love So Bad. The Viceroys for Reed King.
I love you.
Go by request for listener Reed King in our YouTube chat room, September 62. They're called the Viceroys on Ramco Records, which is out of Phoenix, Arizona. I Need Your Love So Bad. So Reed says there's only 300 copies of that record, so I don't think there's those, probably many of them destroyed, I would say. But these records just disappear. They just are not available, really not in their original format. 2 more 45s to go before we sign off here. This is a flip side request for listener John Engstrom. Last week featured this on the All Right label out of Detroit. The side we played was called You Are the Angel of Love. And John requested the flip side of the record. This side, the writers are Valdez, Allen, and Carter. So I think this is the same group that recorded for the Spec label, which is an ultra rare record on Spec Records by a group called the Valiants. So let's play this for John Engstrom, May 62 on All Right, the Valiants with Hey Over There. This is for John Engstrom.
Hey over there, come over here. We'll have a party tonight. Hey over there, you bring the girls. We'll have the music turn way up high. We're gonna rock and roll, twist to the twist, and mashed potatoes. The house is clear, nobody's here. Jump and rock all night. Hey over there, come over here. We're gonna rock till the broad daylight. You know the music is cool and we can have some food and nice potatoes. Take off your shoes, roll up the rug. We're gonna do that rubber cup. Come on, let's go. The music is on. We're gonna really have some fun. Hey over there, come over here. We're gonna jump and rock all night. The house is clear, nobody's here, and we can rock till the broad daylight. You know the music is cool, and we can have some food and mashed potatoes. Take off your shoes, roll up the rug. We're gonna do that rubber dub. Come on, let's go. The music is on. We're gonna really have some fun. Hey over there, come over here. We're gonna jump and rock all night. The house is clear, nobody's here, and we can rock till the broad daylight. You know the music is cool and we can have some food and mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes.
There you go. That one there by request for listener John Engstrom there. Those are the Valiants. There you go, John. That's for you. May 1962 on the All Right record label. Hey Over There is the name of the tune. Well, this was my last record for the night here. I picked out 44 as I did last week. We ended right at 12:30. We're going to do that again tonight. So maybe I'm going to have a bonus record after this for actually for Adrian. So we'll play. So we got 2 for Adrian here. And because this record, because he waits patiently. Adrian's such a great listener and so nice to my mother every time that I communicate with Adrian, and we're talking in Spanish now, that he always greets my mother on every single email. So this was our closer for Adrian Viterbo, this group out of Indianapolis, Indiana. This is on Larry Leggett's Meridian label, which was also out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And this is the ballad side. The tune written by James Coe and William Scott. It features someone by the name of Richard Hinkle on lead. Now, I thought possibly I would be able to do a battle of the groups with this. So I listened to it, and it's only the beginning of the song that sounds like possibly it was the Solitaires record, because this song is called The Wedding, but they are similar, but the words are completely different. But so let's play this one here. This is for Adrian Viterbo, who is listening in Mexico, from 1962. This was supposed to be the closer on Meridian, The Creations on Meridian. The song is called The Wedding. This is for Adrian Viterbo.
Do you take this woman to be your wife, to love and cherish for the rest of your life? If you do now, if you do, go on and say it then. Say you do. Take the ring, put it on her finger. Now hug and kiss, and let it linger. Don't be shy now, don't be shy. Go right on now, go right on and cry.
Would have been a good closer here, but we're going to play two records and we're going to get out of here. But that is a good record. It looks like they combined a couple of records in that tune there, but they're called The Creation. That's Richard Hinkle on lead from 1962, going out to Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. A song called The Wedding. It's on the Meridian record label. Let's do a couple records and then we're going to sign off here. This was another request for Adrian with Holding It Back. Many of you know this artist from Kinder, Louisiana. Had so many great recordings during his career, recording under different genres of music. So many blues, rockers, R&B, ballads, up-tempos, some with vocal groups, others without vocal groups. But This came out on Reuben Cherry's Home of the Blues label, which is out of Memphis, Tennessee. And I own multiple copies of this record. Now, I was looking for my DJ copy of this to see if it does the same. But there appears to be some kind of defect. I don't know, Reed, if you have this record or anybody owns this record, okay, by Roy Brown. If it skips in the beginning, I can't get it out. Now, there is like a little bit of a lift on this that may cause it, but I'm telling you, I have 2 copies, and it does the same thing. I got to find that promo copy because I'd have this on a white promo. But this is the intended B-side of the tune. It's a song he co-wrote with the label owner, and there is a vocal group backing him up. So this is Roy Brown from January 61. It's on Home of the Blues with a group. The song is called Sugar Baby. Let's see if I can get it. I cannot get it to work right. I can't. Let's try it here. See? Can't get it.
Baby, baby, oh, baby, lovable, lovable, lovable sugar baby, and oh, how I love you, baby. I'll be so happy on our wedding day. Sugar baby, whoa, sugar baby, bells will be ringing on our wedding day. Our wedding day. I remember a long time ago when I was an idiot. Lovely, lovely lady, and now you come along and brought to me joy, my sugar baby, lovable, lovable, lovable sugar baby. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, baby. Bells will be ringing our wedding day. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
There you go, by request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. You got 2 in a row there, Adrian. That is the great Roy Brown and group on there. I'm telling you, it was driving me crazy to get that. And there's a little bit of a lift. So, but the other one does it too, and my promo copy does it too. But well, maybe I don't know. I gotta find it. But there you go, from January 61. That's Roy Brown and group on Home of the Blues. It's called Sugar Baby. Well, your sugar DJ's gotta go. That's gonna do it for Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure Show. Hope you enjoyed the tunes tonight. If you did, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about this program if they like this music. It's actually an educational show, but it's entertainment also. I am here to entertain you. Let me entertain you. So thank you all for being here this evening, and I will be back next Saturday night again, beginning at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. How about 9 p.m., Johnny? 9 to midnight, and I'll be back. I'll be back on Wednesday evening, beginning at 9 p.m. for the Soul Show right here on YouTube and also on Oldies and More Radio. I will be late. I'm hoping I won't be late. I have to go for an ultrasound on my heart on Thursday. So the kind of the 3 o'clock show might be in jeopardy a little bit, but maybe not. It might be maybe 5 minutes or so. Well, listen, I've been a half hour late or more for that show, but I didn't want to. But I wanted to get it over with. And it's only precautionary testing. It's not for anything else. He told me I pulled a muscle in my chest by lifting these heavy boxes of 45s off the top shelves down in the basement, in the no humidity basement. But anyway, then I got to go for a stress test and that calcium test. It's like an x-ray that supposedly would rule out a lot of terrible things that can happen to you in the future, but the insurance doesn't pay for it, but I'll swing it and pay it. But anyway, thank you, Charlene, for all your help. Thank you, everyone that tuned into the program tonight, and hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you have a request, you can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. We're going to close the show tonight from 1964. It's I don't often feature a cappella records to close the show, but I like this record. Remember hearing it on the Gus Gossard show, I think. And we're going to send this one out to listener Andy Lamusio because he likes a cappella. And it's on Slim Rose's Times Square Records. It's the Nutmegs. The Nutmegs on Times Square. And they're singing with no music. The song is called Wide Hoop Skirts, with Leroy Griffin on lead. So anyway, folks, that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to say good night to everybody. Have a safe and happy week. I'll see you next time right here. Happy St. Paddy's Day, too, to all you Irish guys and gals. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. This is for Andy Lamusio.
I'll be the whitey skirt and a ballerina shoe.
Oh, wop ting-a-ling, oh, wop ting-a-ling, oh, wop ting-a-ling, oh, wop. Well, I met a little girl while womming ting-a-ling with a white hoop skirt and a ballerina shoe. Oh, she was only 16. 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 With a white hoop skirt and ballerina shoe. With a white hoop skirt and ballerina shoe.
With a white hoop skirt and a ballerina shoe.
Oh, I took her to the soda shop. We sat up on the stool, sipping on a soda while we talked about school. Oh, she was only 16. 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 With a white hoop skirt and a ballerina shoe. With a white hoop skirt and a ballerina shoe.
With a white hoop skirt and a ballerina shoe.
Oh, wop ting-a-ling, 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 oh, with a white hoop skirt and ballerina shoe. I took her by the arm as the hour was getting late. I looked up at the clock, oh, up to the gate. Oh, she was only 16. 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 With a white hoop skirt and ballerina shoes. With a white hoop skirt and ballerina shoes.
With a white hoop skirt and a ballerina shoe.
Oh, wop ting-a-ling, oh, marry me. She said, ain't a baby, not a wop ting-a-ling. Because I'm only 16. She was only 16. Because I'm only 16. She was only 16. She was only 16. She was only 16. With a white hoop skirt and ballerina shoe. With a white hoop skirt and ballerina shoe.